Hey, it was good, Leo. The reson the resonate already. The reading is not going to resonate with everyone. Parts and pieces may or may not. So use your discernment. Let's go ahead and get into it because I'm not even about to. I got white privilege for you. Actually, I got KKK, but then I questioned that and I got white privilege. So I don't know what's going on, but something about white privilege or racism or that I don't know why that's already a thing or that's coming out, but it did. All right. Seems good. You don't have to be a Leo sun sign. You can have it anywhere in your charts. All right. Oh man, already. Hmm. All right. So Leo, it seems like either you or somebody else is being raised by a narcissistic parent or was raised by a narcissistic parent. I don't even say that word often. We're just going to say someone who it's all about them or it's all about what they want. Any situation that's that has somebody else being the center of attention or whatever, even a victim, quote unquote, and it would have to be them. So I don't know if it's you that's you feel like you're always being blamed for something, or this is somebody else feeling like this about you, like you're always blaming them for something. I don't know. But somebody is having some issues with worth. Could be self-worth. But I feel like somebody feels like less than due to their upbringing or some type of abuse. Be out of the closet, gay, flamboyant, whatever, male or female, doesn't matter. Could be you. Somebody can also be transgender. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Um, I would say this could be family, but I don't even know yet. This can be in any area, any going on anywhere. I mean, this could just be a person that's dealing with this, and I don't know who else is around them or who else they deal with or whatever. But yeah, you may feel like you're always scapegoated for sure. You may literally have like an internal issue when it comes to your worth. I'm not saying that this is something that you're battling now. Maybe it may not even be that deep. It could just be like subtle. It may not be like a really deep thing. Like you could have definitely healed from a lot of this shit, but it could still be lingering. It doesn't have, you or somebody else. Um, and it could be because you was raised by a narcissistic parent or somebody has a gay parents. They were I don't, however that goes. Yeah. Yeah, this could definitely be family related. Let's see. This may be affecting either your money or your career or somebody else's. I say that because we got Taurus energy here. second house at that. Um, it's crazy because Bon Viv and this may not even be the same. I mean, this could be two totally different like energies. Like this Bon Vivant Vivant. I think it's Vivant. I don't know. Can be separate from the scapegoat energy. If that's the case, it's somebody over here that's very much so, lives luxuriously. Maybe you even know with a Scorpio, you don't have to live luxuriously, has this, has that. Somebody expresses themselves through, excuse me, maybe like how they look, their clothes, their makeup, their body, their whatever. You know, I'm not saying it matters. But this could also be energy of somebody who changes a lot. I don't know if this is to please others or changes a lot, or somebody could definitely just be the type that it's like a distraction, Well, if I am out loud and proud and flamboyant, not necessarily gay, but maybe, maybe I'll be liked or notarized, liked or noticed or something like that. I mean, so somebody could do a lot of these things because they might have definitely been um growing up, they could have been blamed for a lot of things. So it's like somebody doesn't want to be looked at as bad as whatever. They want to be looked at as, oh no, they're this, they're that, they're good, they're nice, they're giving, they're caring, they're whatever. Somebody's highly independent, somebody can be a musician or some type of artist. Um However, I'm not saying it's entirely affecting somebody's money or their career, but it could definitely be. I don't know if this could also be what makes somebody money is based off of like their magnetism, how good they are at a particular type of art or music or something like that. But it's all because of something. Somebody can be a '90s child. That's not for everybody. Or this could have been happening in the '90s, but it's all about. Um, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it's all about how I don't even want to say how they were raised. I don't know if somebody does something because they feel as if like somebody does something because they feel like if I do this, then I can be looked at a certain way instead of how I really feel or how I was raised to become or to be. I'm not saying, it's interesting. I don't know I'm getting Ariana, whatever the fuck her name is, Grande or some shit. I don't think she's a Leo though. Is she like a Pisces or some shit? Either way. Maybe she got in her chart. But somebody feels inferior because of their upbringing. However, this is how they come across. This is how they come across extremely expressive, extremely, have to look a certain way, wear certain things, have certain things. Things are like luxurious, things that are expensive, maybe even to feel I'm not even gonna say good about themselves, just how would I put this? It helps somebody feel I don't want to say important because somebody's really good. It's not like they don't have any talent. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why do they feel like they need to be this, why do they feel like they need to change and do all these other things for people to like them or accept them? You or someone else. There's a lot of this that goes on in the world. So, hmm. Let me see something real quick. Now, this would be somebody else that feels like this. Now you going through this could have turned you into a this type of person where you're more independent, you care more about other people, you are really expressive, maybe you do like to switch it up, change a lot because it makes you feel better, it makes you feel good. This could also bring it could have brought you money. It could have brought you success. It could have been really good for your career. This could be you. You could stand out in your career. Maybe you dress different. Maybe you do this, you do that, whatever. But or this could be like money changes someone. But I don't think it's for a bad. I don't think it's for like um the wrong reasons. But it could. This could also attract the wrong. But it could attract the wrong people. You can be real magnetic. This can be, and you could be really good at what you do. That's what I mean. Something about somebody's upbringing is why they're like this. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just feel like it needs to be maybe this is something that you're working on right now. You can also be the first person to blame yourself like it's me, it's my fault, I did it, but you really didn't, or you just don't want to see, you don't want other people to get in trouble for something. It's like, what is it called? Yeah, I can see how that's being like a scapegoat energy for other people, even if it's just your own. It reminds me of if anybody watched Breaking Bad, I'm pretty sure most people did. You remember how Jesse um he was having an issue with his parents because of how he was and who he was, and how, he wasn't like his younger brother. His younger brother, they had him um he was really sheltered. They made sure that he was taking like lessons and this and that, and he was, he's really talented, really good kid, whatever the case may be, but his younger brother was really like wanting to just be a kid in his um and was just, doing things that kids do, and he took up for his brother one day because if I'm not mistaken, his brother got into like some hidden stash that he had in an old room, and I think it was like a joint or some shit, and they found it like when Jesse was living with his parents for not, just staying there because he needed a place to stay. They found the joint in the younger boys room, and they automatically blamed Jesse, but it really wasn't Jesse. Even though Jesse was a, how he was, it wasn't his. So he said he went ahead, and because he knew that his parents was already disappointed in him and all this other shit, so he went on and he took the blame for that, even though it wasn't him. That's kind of where I'm getting. So you could have done this for your own siblings. Took the blame for stuff that even though it wasn't you that did it, so you was always looked at as the bad one. You was always looked at as like, I'm not saying you always was looked at as a bad one, but it's like you were constantly not necessarily shame, but blame for shit that you didn't do, that somebody else done. However, you could have been the good kid, to be completely honest. You might have done everything right, um, and all that, but somebody might have not wanted to see it, and it could have been a Taurus. I don't know. It could be one of your parents could be a Taurus. That's not for everybody. And you might have had a Scorpio parent. That's interesting. A bunch of fixed signs. A Scorpio parent, a Taurus parent, and a fucking Leo child. Yikes. Yikes. But yeah. So you possibly going out on your own, being independent, doing your own thing, even if you had children and whatnot, whatever the case may be, whatever the situation, the story is, you might have prided yourself on becoming independent, prided yourself on you or whomever. This could be somebody else. You don't have to be a Leo sun sign. Don't forget you got neighbor signs, and I do Vedic a lot. Like I get a lot of shit more so on Vedic, and people don't understand my readings because of that. Not all the time. Um so you can be a Virgo, you can be a Cancer sun sign. You can have Leo heavy in your chart in Vedic. So you may not literally be, that's the reason why I'm bringing this up. You could definitely have those signs, so you don't put yourself in a box. Um, but this could have definitely triggered some type of attitude within you to be more independent, to care more about other people, to live a certain type of lifestyle and have a booming career so you don't never have to fucking worry about asking people for shit, depending on people for shit, and that draws in money, but it also draws in the wrong people too. People who want to use, people who want to see what they can take, see what they can get off of you. It could have also made you like, um, it could also have people looking at you funny, like, yes, yeah, Leo up to something, and really is not that. You're just a mysterious character. But you could have definitely made sure you had a nice car, you could have made sure that you didn't have to have name brand clothes and this, that, and third, but you made sure you was good, you was clean, you was nice, you know. Somebody's a female for sure and definitely put a lot of somebody's a transgender, that's for one. I don't know, I'm not trying to be funny, or somebody likes to play dress up, whatever the case may be. People be acting mad weird when they be driving around here. That's why I'm always like, I'm always paying attention. And that look like a undercover, not undercover, but that like DOT, but to be completely honest, all blacked out fucking uh SUV. That was a Dodge though. No, they're not always in Dodge, but people be acting weird sometimes. Um, but yeah, 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 yeah. So it could have definitely had you. You could have definitely changed a lot. Like, duh. What I mean by that is like you could have changed your appearance. You could have also changed yourself. Like you could have gotten work done. For some of you guys, that's not for everybody. Some of you guys are really artistically sounds in any type of way, especially music. For some of you guys, could be singing. It could be uh any type of anything, singing, rapping, whatever. And be very expressive. You could have wore your expressions, if you know what I mean. Like you could have definitely, the big hair, the long crazy nails, the this, that, and third. I'm thinking like on some Cardi B shit or something. She'd be having those fucking insane crazy ass nails that I would never fucking wear ever. Or you know, I used to like Spice Girls was a big thing back in my days, before for me at least. And I used to always look for when Skechers was really good. This is back when Skechers would do like big ass platform shoes and all kinds of like crazy shit that I like. I got laughed at a shit ton in middle school for for the reason because I wore shit like that. So I can understand how somebody may feel like, oh, because you dress different, you do this, that, and the third, you get looked at like something wrong with you, or people. But funny thing is, people really be wanting to copy your style. So you could have dealt with shit like that where you was some type of trendsetter, and people might have, they looked at you funny, but really they wanted to wear that and have the confidence to do it, pull it off, or whatever the case may be. It's not for everybody. Anyways, but yeah, you could have definitely changed, your looks, hairstyles, and the way you do this, that, and the third, all kinds of shit. And it could have been to impress other people, or for have other people to like you, or whatever the case may be. It didn't have to be like that though. It could just be because you never wanted to stay the same. Like I don't mean like person, like a personality thing. Is more so like you like to do this and do that, and just you like some of you guys, if you're a female, you just like being a girl. Even if you're a man, you like to play dress up as a girl, that's on you. If you are transgender, you just always like being a female even though you're a man. Whatever. Whichever way it goes, it can be the other way too. But yeah, I feel like heavily expressive, especially through your hair, makeup, accessories, nails, earrings, all that shit, dresses, clothes, etc. You could find a sense of security through those things because of some type of upbringing. And I'm not saying that it's plaguing you and it's just the worst thing ever. It's more so of like you recognize this, you realize this, and you could also be using this for power. It's like when people say use your pain for power, this could be you using how your upbringing was to fuel you into doing something, like being a fucking, I don't know, a hairstylist, a famous hairstylist, or you make shoes, or you make clothes, or you can be whatever, and then that brings you money. That's your career now, or something. I mean, not now, maybe it is, or that's your career. That's what you want to do, or be a what's the shit called? A consultant, a fashion consultant, or something like that. Just in the spotlight. Some of you guys very much so value nice things, and like I said, it does not have to be name brand, expensive fashion. No, not everything has to be that. I got a couple of name brand things that I like personally. Everything else is like whatever. Mostly when it comes to my perfumes, I'm sorry, but I don't. I can't just go to Bath and Body Works and just get shit and just spray it all over me. That shit was a headache back in school smelling all that shit. Everybody went to Bath and Body Work and wherever else in Walmart and got all those fucking cheap ass sprays and sprayed them every fucking where. I couldn't stand it. But yeah, I'm not saying that the name brand shit ain't cheap either because that shit's cheap too. It's just, I mean, it's just a brand. That's all. But whatever. But yes, 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 yes. So if you guys can't be budgeting, you could definitely be putting more into your personal finances. I feel like this is like savings and shit like that. I feel like financial stability could be a main thing for you. You might also gotten like blamed for putting yourself first, like buying nice things for yourself or splurging on yourself or whatever. People like, that could have been I mean, that could also been a thing where you might have not done, once upon a time because you were so you might have felt like if I don't splurge on other people and I only and I splurge on myself, what are they gonna think? Or how they how would that make them feel? Fuck all that. You do have to take care of yourself first. I mean, even if you're a mother or something like that, I feel like how you gonna take care of kids and they be happy, you not happy, you out here stressed out, hair fucked up, you don't feel too great about yourself, but your kids look good, I feel like everybody should look good, but take care of yourself first and foremost. Now, I mean, leave your kids for a whole year and you go off and I mean, only if you can, but that sounds drastic, So, anyways, you can definitely be budgeting for something though, whatever that is. Let me get off of this because whatever. But something about white privilege in the beginning. I don't know if somebody is shaming somebody or blaming someone for or somebody feels some type of way for having privileges that other people don't have, or you feel like this that um other people might have had privileges that you don't have, even if it's your own kind, whatever that means. White, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. And, you get over that after a while. I've been there before. So I know how that is, where I might have felt like, oh, the grass must be greener over here because look at what so and so has and this, that, and the third. You'll be surprised how much how much ain't even no grass there or the shit's fake. You be surprised. So don't worry about it. Or what people do to get money these days is it's also you know, interesting. So something about your income or something about income. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the second house. Let's see what else we got. Finish off 6 signs tonight, and then I'm gonna do six tomorrow because I got shit I'm doing next week, and I'm gonna get ahead of all this stuff. And I did say I want to take time off, and I did. Yeah, is better, but I still got my months. All right, what's good? Or again, like I said, this could be somebody else that's going through this and may not have anything to do with you. All right, what's up with the second house? Okay. So things can definitely, yeah, it's time. Some of you guys, it's time to start that career. It's time to look into your personal finances. It's time to start budgeting. It's time to start getting things that has quality to it. It doesn't matter what it is, quality, not quantity. It's not about how many you have. Like, yeah, you can have a whole bunch of cars, but if all those cars are trash cars or whatever, then what? It's like, yeah, you can have like 3 jobs, but if all those jobs are trash, then you're pretty much just, floating by and not really, you don't really care about what it is, or you don't really care much for it because it's not really something you want to do, whatever the case may be. Some of you guys, it's time to look at your expenses. It's time to look at your work ethic. It's time to look at your income that's coming in and what's going out. I feel like it's time for you to start valuing something, or maybe this is how you deal with money, or it's time for you to start making more money doing something. Something about your assets keeps popping up as well. Oh, okay. All right, spirituality. So this could be where you got to get more. Okay, so if this is about like career wise, this is about your creativity. What is it you're good at? I already said the music and art. So some of you guys, that could be what you are having these new feelings about, or something like because some of you guys, you could be having some type of awakening about your creative gifts and what you should be doing to make that into a career or make money off of, or just how to make money, how to secure something. 'Cause you definitely possess some type of, like, gifts or gift, if you didn't know that. It's how yeah, some of you guys may literally this could also be all of a sudden, it's your time, like, it's your moment, whatever that is. This is, like, your time or this is your moment, Leo. I feel like you've been waiting for something. You've been waiting for this, especially if you've been sitting here kind of like if something's been up in the air, you've been waiting for something's been up in the air, I feel like all of a sudden, boom, a tower. So this can be like again, like I said, the awakening. This could be a spiritual type of thing too, like you a spiritual awakening. This is a big one too. It's a tower. Towers don't always gotta be bad, of course, but I feel like it's something to do with your creativity. This can also be you. Yeah, something's booming. It's like you've been waiting for something, maybe to feel some type of way. You've been waiting to get some type of I would say upload, but I mean maybe it's like you've been waiting to get some type of something to tell you now, like to tell you, okay, it's time. It's like this is something that you've been waiting for. So this is like your big moment, or I don't know. It's time. It's time for something here. I feel like it's time for a change in circumstances. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys have been real restless. Now, if you've been having money issues, this could be something where you're just like I don't know if you're really concerned about money or your career or where you're going. You can also be concerned about things being expensive and how you're going to be able to budget something, whatever that is. Could be anything. How are you going to manage something to budget something? Some of you guys definitely could have been now some of you guys could be dealing with some type of ill element, but that's not for everyone. And somebody could also have like some type of I don't know if somebody's feeling I don't know if somebody's doing like spell work. I don't talk about it often, but it is I'm not gonna say it's here, but it could be where somebody is like trying to work on you in some sort of way, or vice versa, hopefully not. I feel like it's small. It's not this could have been something that's been going on for a while, or somebody could have been trying to do work on you. Um I feel like something's either reversing going back to, or it's no longer going to be a problem. Okay, so let's go back to the money. Yeah, so you guys definitely could be I'm not gonna say worried, but you could be I mean maybe it could be worried, but you could definitely have like that on your mind. Like your money, your career, your like things being expensive is definitely for somebody. Um, and if you have the money to do something, it's like your personal finances, like you have to dip into your savings and shit. Like if you gotta start dipping into your savings to keep a place, I don't know. That's a different story. And if somebody told me that their property taxes was 20,000, I'm like, yeah, you can keep that. That's a year, and that's probably just for this year. Yeah, you could have definitely been. You might not have been getting as much sleep as you've been wanting to. Your mind could definitely be racing about something a lot. You may also come to some type of conclusion, or you just get waken up or like jolted or something. You could have had a nightmare, but not necessarily a source here. Hmm. Okay. I feel like a lot of this has to do with like your potential, because you might. I mean, you definitely have. There is definitely potential here. I don't know. Something about you having clarity, getting this breakthrough. Mine is racing though. What is your mind racing about, or whomever you can have Sag in your chart? You can have Um, Libra in your chart, Aries, Scorpio. You be dealing with any of these. Another Leo, Scorpio heavy, Aquarius, Taurus. You have any of these in your chart as well? Some of this mind racing. I'm not gonna take that, but I will say what's up. This can be about what like achieving something here. Oh, some of you guys, your mind is racing about if somebody's a liar or if somebody's a thief or I don't know. Some of you guys may live somewhere where you're just like, okay, I got a couple of things. Some of you guys live somewhere where you're not really like you don't feel safe. Some of you guys, or this is like somebody around you, you may feel like you don't feel safe. Um, some of you guys, you may I don't know if you live with somebody you feel like it's not safe to be here or the environment's not safe or something like that. It's not for everybody, but somebody feels like that. And then some of you guys, you're worried if somebody's like lying, cheating, doing this, doing that. It's like, I don't know. Somebody could also be walking on eggshells, but it could be because somebody wants to avoid maybe confrontation or some type of fight or argument. I don't know who that's for. Um, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Virgo, another Leo, Aquarius, Sag. Um, yeah. Double up on the fixed signs. There's a lot of fixed energy here. Cancer is here too. You may feel like somebody's trying to purposely block something for you. It's like you're trying to get somewhere or you're trying to, I'm not gonna say you're trying to progress, but it's like you're trying to get somewhere, you're trying to do something, and you may feel like somebody's purposely blocking you or trying to block your money, trying to block like something for you. I'm not saying that it's working, but maybe somebody doesn't want you to think, have a clear thought, or they don't want you to see something clearly, maybe even see them clearly. I don't fucking know. Um, or this could have something to do with like your career. Somebody is like, they don't want you to see something as a good opportunity, but it is. I don't know. Hopefully, somebody's not trying to block your blessings, bro. It's like you have them coming in, you know what a blessing is when you see one, and somebody's like, nah, or they're doing this some other way, like I've already said. Hopefully not. I really feel like somebody's trying to get in your way, but this is purposely, and the way they're going about it is like a strategy for them. Like, okay, so if I block Leo off, if I block them from being able to do this, that, and the third, then how are they going to? It's like what? Shell. I really feel like somebody's trying to get you all up in your head or confused. Yeah, and then you got the Nine of Swords is showing out. There's a lot of sword energy here. Ace of Swords. I don't know if somebody doesn't want you to see the truth or they don't want you to get some type of clarity, like some breakthrough, but here you are. Or somebody's trying to break your focus or some shit. I don't know why. It's something to do with career, money, finances. It's almost like somebody don't want you to see something or they don't want you to like question something. Like, no, I don't know why. It's like somebody asking you to um it's like somebody asking you to do something for them or with them or whatever the case may be, but they don't want you to. They're like, don't you're like, okay, so how much is it or what is it or whatever? Or what are we doing or trying to get information and somebody's like, oh, you don't got to worry about all that. Just sign right here. You're like, wait, no. It's like you want to know what's going on. Somebody may not want you to know what's going on or the type of commitments you're putting into something. It does not have to be that deep. I don't know what that's about. All right. Anyways, it's been real. I don't really think there's anything else to say. Let's see. Where we at? 34 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it there because I don't want these to be extra long. And well, it doesn't really bother me for them to be a little bit longer, but um what other cards do I have? Ooh, I mean I can see what these are about. Your intuition is quietly guiding you, but sometimes you need to pay more attention to the small changes around you. Reflect on recent moments of confusion by observing the little details. You'll sharpen your intuition over time. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was feeling anyways, where somebody is like you're trying to focus on something or something like that. And somebody's like, no, don't they're like, no, don't focus on that, Leo. Focus on this over here, or they just want you to break your focus for whatever reason. I'm not saying, I mean, but it's a strategy, so it is on purpose. And I just don't know why somebody's so adamant on getting you to like not, they don't want you to. It's like they don't want you to focus on what matters to you or something like what's important to you. I don't know why. What am I doing? This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Ah, man, wrong deck, wrong deck. This one is what I was looking for. All right, let's get these last cards and see what's up. Last messages. All right, let's end this. Ooh, too many. Yeah, and this is, I don't know why. I feel like race is playing a part in a situation as well. I don't know why. Something about privilege. Anyways, infinity, it was reversed, but it doesn't matter. These cards are all over the place right now. What else? So, everlasting. That's what I got. Also got, don't do this today if you don't want to. Yeah, especially if somebody has like a strategy or they don't want you to pay attention to something. It could be because you know how it says, focus on the detail, it's all about the details. It could be that where somebody doesn't want you to focus on the little details, but the little details is what get you caught up in situations sometimes. Better alone than in bad company. Somebody else got in that once upon a time. To some of you guys, yeah, the better alone than bad company could definitely be that shit. Well, who I forgot who I got it for, but um, because you see how they're all fighting and shit. They're fighting each other. They're in the background, and here you are, kind of like I'm staying out of it. The die is cast. So yeah, take a chance, take a risk. I feel like rolling dice. So I don't know. This is different things. Some of you guys, something is everlasting, or something that's gonna be forever. I don't know what that is. Um, if you don't feel like doing something today, or if you just don't feel like doing something, you don't have to do it. So don't let somebody pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do, even if it's not just today. It could be anything. And some of you guys, you're definitely staying away from people. You rather be alone than in company that don't even want you around. And then some of you guys is a situation or it's something you should take a chance on, a risk on, or roll the dice on because it may actually be good. I feel like this is that other shit where it's something about your career and you getting something started, or you put in your creativity to the ultimate test, or whatever the case may be. Especially if you're really good, if you're a really big visionary person or something like that. This can be like a play, a script, a book, could be anything of that nature. Why is this? Yeah, you can do it. And if somebody is coming at you crazy, I feel like that's that sorry, that's that five of wands with that seven of swords. It could be a situation for somebody. The strategy is for somebody to come at you a certain way so that you react. It says turn your tongue 7 times in your mouth before speaking. So this is before jumping on somebody, jumping down somebody's throat, jumping to conclusions, or whatever. Because somebody, you can definitely know with Aquarius. Yeah, you have rights. You don't have to do shit. But, yeah, some of you guys are writers or something like that. It's saying it's okay to doubt, so you can delete something. You don't have to go with something if you don't feel like if it's not it. Say you writing a song and you're like, "Nah," like, you just rather scrap it because you don't it's not hitting or something like that. That's not for everybody. Anyway, it's been real. I'm out. I'm gonna do whatever. I got 5 more signs to do before I call it a day, and then we're gonna go from there. Alright. I'll see you later, Leo. Oh, hit the like or something if it's like if it resonated with anybody. For some